writing in American literature and try to write in my spare time, but had very little time writing when you're teaching full time. And I always wanted to do a series of mystery novels. And only when I took retirement, I decided now was the time to do this. And I played around with a few different kinds of amateur sleuths. And then a friend of mine suggested Edna Ferber. And it suddenly, it was as though a light went off. I thought, yeah, why not? And I've always had a fascination with Edna Ferber, the writer. When I was probably 13 or 14, on a very rainy afternoon, I was very restless. My mother, who was a big reader, gave me a copy of Edna Ferber's novel Cimarron, her Western novel. And I remember becoming so totally engrossed in this Western novel, largely a romantic Western novel, and just staying up all night long until I finished it. And I was the kind of nerdy kid that read everything, and the minute I discovered an author, I had to read everything by that author. I went through a phase where I read everything by George Eliot, and the town librarian called my mother and said, "There's something wrong with your son. He's reading Daniel Deronda."
And you're what, 14 years old?
Right. And A.J. Cronin, all the popular novelists of the time, people like that. And so, of course, I started reading Edna Ferber, and I haunted used bookstores and libraries, and just read everything she wrote, short stories, her autobiography. And so when I got the idea of doing a mystery series, I thought, Edna Ferber. And in reading her autobiographies, I discovered that she was quite a personality in her own right. She was feisty, often very caustic in her wit. She was, took no prisoners. She refused to tolerate fools. She was famous for her literary feuds that went on forever. I mean, she didn't talk to some writers that she knew in New York for years and years, and even on their deathbed, she refused to see them. And so her literary feuds were legendary, and I thought she's a very colorful character because she has a sassiness about her, but she was also a woman of incredible integrity, and she experienced a writer's block after World War II because of what happened in Europe, and it took her a while to move beyond that. And so I wrote my first Edna Ferber mystery that took place in Connecticut. Ferber had a house in Connecticut. She built a house in Easton, Connecticut. But I fashioned a mystery that took place in 1930